Hi, I'm Michael Barrett with LKN Connect, and if you appreciate high-quality beer, there's a good chance you're already familiar with Hoptown Brewing Company in Mooresville. What started as a meager hobby for owners Scott and Sandy Plemons matured into a full-scale business 3 years ago, and since then, the brewery has been validating its craft by winning a slew of local, state, national, and international awards. So we decided to pay a visit to this Lake Norman gym to learn a little more about their story and to find out what makes this local brewery so special.
That is delicious.
So Scott and Sandy, tell me how the seeds for Hoptown Brewing were first planted years ago.
Sure. Well, Hoptown Brewing, you got to go all the way back to 2007 when Sandy purchased a homebrew kit for me for Christmas. That kind of started my love for craft beer because craft beer wasn't that prevalent in the Southeast at that time.
Scott expanded his craft on a larger scale under the name of Hootenanny Brewing. And when Sandy opened a local yoga studio, she began serving his beer to her students as a post-workout perk.
People loved it. I mean, absolutely loved it. To the point where one of our happy hour classes that started at 4 and ended at 5, they would all go downstairs and have beer afterwards. It was a lot of fun.
After doing some local distribution out of their home, they stumbled upon the building at 107 Plantation Ridge Drive, identified some local business partners, and took the plunge on opening a tap room.
And with a lot of work through 2019, we purchased the building. And 2020, during the COVID year, we built it out. So we had the opportunity to take our time and get it right, and we later opened March of 2021.
When Scott brought in Kyle McLaughlin as his head brewer a couple of years ago, the decision helped to put Hoptown on the map. So Kyle, how would you sum up your process for creating all the great varieties of beer that you provide here?
Yeah, so one of our main goals is to make the beers approachable, have a variety of flavors that everyone can enjoy, and even if you're not a beer person, we do have available options, but the way that I create the beers try to check a lot of boxes for a lot of people.
McLaughlin was the architect of Hoptown's Town Ale, which recently won a gold medal in the highly competitive North Carolina Brewers Cup competition.
Yeah, so the Town Ale is an English style pale ale. What's unique about that beer and a lot of the beers that we brew here is that we use 80 to 100% local malts from Carolina Malt House here. So you get that local flavor. It just proves that North Carolina can make malt with the best of them, and it's just a really clean beer with good clean hop flavor.
And perhaps even more impressive, battling against 130 challengers, their Wedding Crasher IPA took first place in the 2024 U.S. Open Beer Competition.
And that also has 100% Carolina grown malts, and then a strong hop profile to give it that bitterness that everybody's looking for in an IPA.
McLaughlin said it's been fun to be a part of the brewery's growth and to see it become so appreciated by the local community.
Scott and Sandy are great people. They give me a bunch of creative freedom in here and kind of let me do my thing, and I appreciate that. And it's paid off for everybody, I feel like, and it's been a really fun ride.
With a total of 14 awards and counting, it's been hard to keep up with them all. Another big winner this year was their Sweet Wings wheat beer.
The trophy that Sandy's holding up here, which is from the World Beer Competition, this is like probably our most coveted. Even though it's a bronze, it was competing against over 50 countries in this category, so we're very proud of that.
Beyond the medals, the taproom's welcoming atmosphere has also been cited as a huge drawing card for local residents.
We have our regulars, we see them regularly, but it's more than them just being customers. They're family when they come in. We are friends. Some of us do things outside of the brewery. Some we dog sit for people. We follow how their kids are doing, and it's a place where they can come and feel a part of something.
Hoptown regularly features live music and holds special events. The brewery hosts local run clubs, football watch parties, and more. And Thompson relishes the opportunity to help customers find new flavors they'll enjoy.
I love it when people come in and I get to talk to them and introduce them to beer, to a new style of beer. A lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I'm not a big beer drinker, and it's okay, you don't have to be. We have a lot of other options if you don't want beer, but I encourage people to try something that they're not something that they wouldn't normally, think about trying, and just to expose them to something different.
The brewery arranges for a variety of different food trucks to set up shop outside several days a week.
If you don't want food truck food and we don't have a kitchen, you can always bring food in, or you can order from Brooklyn Boys Pizza. We have a relationship with them.
Beyond succeeding as a business, Hoptown is also committed to supporting local causes that make a difference. So Sandy, as I understand it, you also have a pretty comprehensive nonprofit program in place here as well.
Yes, Sip It Forward. Let's go over to the sip wall and I'll explain it to you.
Sounds good.
We pick 4 annual charities. We are now in our 4th year. The year ends in 2025. That'll be 16 charities that have received, it'll be over $50,000 in local donations that go to amazing, amazing groups. And it's $1 at a time. You buy our easiest drinking, lightest beer on the wall called Sip It Forward. Even if you're not a beer drinker, you can drink this beer. And you get a token. In the token, you get to come up to our wall and select which charity means the most to you and drop your token in. And we keep a tally all year long, and at the end of the year, we total it up and we award them with their check.
The venture puts a spotlight on needs that exist right here at home, and the use of the tokens draws more attention and awareness.
That's the intangible. Yes, the money is great, but now for a year, people are seeing the names of nonprofits, and so when they're out in the marketplace and they run into someone or they're going to a fundraiser, they're like, I remember that. And that means a great deal to us because it helps bring sustainability to awareness.
For LKN Connect, I'm Michael Barrett.